It's like walking up to someone that can't paint and saying, you know, hey, do you want to help us paint? Like, no, I fucking don't. You can't paint. I'm not being elitist. Make a program, dude. Make one. Make a program, Singe. You guys can't code. You can't paint. Can't code. You can't paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. No, you guys literally cannot program. You guys can't code. Like it's like walking up to someone that can't paint and saying, you guys can't code. No, you guys literally cannot program. Why are you doing this, dude? You guys can't code. You can't paint. Can't code. You can't paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. No, you guys literally cannot program. Yeah, you guys can't code. You guys don't have the knowledge to be able to program. You can't paint. Why are you doing this, dude? Can't code. Paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. Can't code. You can't 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 paint. You literally cannot code. Like, you know, to put it bluntly, guys, like, you can't paint. Why are you doing this, dude? No, you guys literally cannot program. To put it bluntly, guys, can't code. You can't paint. 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 Why are you doing this, dude? Can't code. You can't paint. 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 I'm not being elitist. Make a program, dude. Make one. Make a program, Singe. Like it's like walking up to someone that can't paint and saying, no, you guys literally cannot program. Can't code. You can't paint. Can't code. You can't paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. Code. Paint. No, you guys literally cannot program. You know, hey, do you want to help us paint? Like, no, I fucking don't. You can't paint.
Welcome back or welcome front if it's the first time joining us. This is the Outer Rim Report. I'm Joshua with Weird Gaming Adventure. That is Lev the Dev. We're talking all things Star Wars Galaxies. What's up, Lev?
It's another week. It is what it is.
It is what it is, but what is it? Like, it's another week. What's going on this week? What has happened in Star Wars Galaxies this week?
Well, the Legends team did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They announced they're releasing their expansion on May the 4th. I predicted that they would be dorky enough to come out with it on May 4th because they're fucking turbo nerds. Sure enough, May the 4th be with you. Come to Bespin.
Hey, what's wrong with being a nerd?
Nothing. I'm a nerd. I just think some
Okay.
people are more flamboyant about it than others.
You know what? When it comes down to May the 4th, I think the idea, the concept, it sounds good. However, it's a Tuesday night. It's a
Um,
Tuesday night, man. I
Personally,
mean,
I think like the whole concept of May the 4th is just I don't know. I think it sounds freaking gay. I don't like it.
oh, don't.
I think it just sounds stupid. It sounds like somebody with a lisp. May the 4th be with you. No, 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 no. I know
Oh, man.
Star Trek tried doing it too. They tried forcibly making First Contact Day like a couple weeks ago. I saw that and that was just awful, stupid, stupid.
Fourth, fourth contact day? Is that or first contact? What is it?
First Contact Day,
That makes
yes.
sense.
It was
I
supposed to
like
be
it.
the day in history in Star Trek where first contact was made with the Vulcans. Like
Sure.
anyone that isn't like a huge Trekkie would they totally know what that means. But
I'm
everyone
down
who
with it.
but everyone knows May the Force be with you, so everyone would know May the Fourth be with you.
From a marketing guy, I love the idea. I love the idea of using anything to get you pumped. However, what I don't love is it falls on a Tuesday.
Hmm.
I I'm excited. Okay, let's sidestep that. I'm excited for some Bespin.
Uh, I
Are you so
personally don't know exactly where this is going to go because for a team and a group of people that are trying to not incur the wrath of Disney to release their product on Disney's main Star Wars holiday, mm, not sure if a good idea or not. Time will tell.
you know what? There's so much stuff going on Star Wars wise on May the 4th. Whether they're on Disney's radar or not, I'm not I'm not coloring with those crayons. I am, however, killing Nunas with my mouse. And I will be playing May the 4th Bespin. I just
Yeah.
wish it was a Saturday. I just wish it was a Saturday. Comparably, the main competition that is if you Google Star Wars Galaxies, well, the first thing that's going to come up is Of Heroes. The second thing that's going to come up right now,
Galaxy's
it's
Edge.
not, nope. Well, I'm talking about when it comes to Star Wars Galaxies games.
Ah.
The second thing that's going to come up is Restoration 3. It has superseded Legends in Google search.
Hmm.
Can you believe that?
Well,
Like,
their website just must be a little more SEO friendly. That's all.
well, and it's new. You know, they just like optimized that their new website and everything like that. But
Hmm.
I think it's just because they have a monopoly on a newer, different type of game. The hype is there,
Maybe.
so it's relevant to discuss that they decided that you know what they're not going to drop their details or start the game on May the 4th. However, on May the 4th, they're going to use that day to get you excited, to get you pumped for the launch.
Mm.
Now it's yeah, I actually like what they have going on from a PR standpoint. We're gonna have days and days and days. Every single day you're gonna get something else, you're gonna get something else. And then finally it's gonna be like, what's up, guys? Let's play the game. And that's what we'll do. So put a pin in that. Are you gonna be playing May the 4th, Bespin?
I will be checking it out. My concerns are twofold, though.
Mm-hmm.
What I've seen from videos and whatnot, the content that they've created looks impressive. The modeling work that they've done looks good. My worry is that the hype isn't going to match the substance of what comes out. You know that's what's going to happen. With the community as
Well,
petulant and as cry-titting as the Star Wars Galaxies community is, they will go in there, they'll go to Bespin, they'll say, this place looks great, but there's nothing to do. I exhausted all the content in 2 hours. This is gay. Fuck you, devs. Give us more. That's what's going to happen.
send hate mail to Lavaris. I
Send all
don't
your
care.
hate mail to lavarashawk@gmail.com. I will
Mhm.
happily respond to you rudely if necessary.
In kind, in the opposite of kind. I don't care. It's content. Whether it's good content or not, I will say I did play some. I did enjoy the content. I enjoyed. It's better content than the Legacy Quest. Let's just say that. If you're into the Legacy Quest, which I'm not, you will enjoy. You will enjoy Bespin. A couple other really cool things when it comes down to Bespin. If you like Jump to Lightspeed, oh, you're gonna have a Star Wars Galaxies. Um, we'll just call it a wet dream, because you're gonna be in space, and the space is gonna be Bespin airspace, which
Hmm.
is ridiculously cool looking. So that's what I'm most excited just to get in there and start pounding out some space content. So, have you seen some of the footage or anything that we've released or the team has released
I
about
have.
the space?
I have. And it's all things that were honestly the first talks of Bespin happened back in Project SWG a
Mm-hmm.
long time ago. And I'm pretty sure where all this spearheaded and where it came from is from one specific person who I'm not going to mention. He knows who I'm talking about, and he knows how much I hate him, and the feeling's mutual, but we're not mentioning names.
Probably a good idea. However, now we have the child. The child has been born. Tell me one thing. What do you think of the idea of the housing system in Bespin? Are you going to lease out? Are you going to drop the dimes to have one of the fancy penthouses in Bespin?
No.
Why
I,
not?
I don't fucking play Star Wars Galaxies to freaking make a virtual house for myself. I don't care about the fucking deco items or any of that shit. I know there's plenty of people that do, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that ain't for me. I don't give two shits about it.
If I have the money, the credits, which I don't, I'm pretty broke in game. Um, I'd drop it down just because. Look at, why do we PvP? Because we want to be better than the other guy. Why do we do anything in any game? Because we want to be good. If you could say that I've got one of the X amount of prime real estate, that's pretty cool.
It does
You know,
nothing. It does nothing for you in terms of like your gameplay. It just says, "I've got a stupid little apartment in this building in Bespin." Big deal.
okay, but however, if you were Gollum, you want to get that ring, that thing that nobody else has. All right. And now you will have 20 or 30 different things that 20 people will have. You
Okay.
want that rare item, man. I mean, I want that rare item. I think it's a really cool concept. I don't know what the houses look like.
If you want to covet over some stupid pixels in a 20-year-old dead MMO, that's up to you.
Haterade. Why are you drinking that Haterade right there? Speaking of Haterade, guys, we've got some hate mail. We're going to respond to, I wouldn't call it hate mail.
Well, there was some
What will
interesting
we call it?
critiques. Interesting critiques.
Yeah, we'll preface. You're gonna want to stick around because I mean, there was people that asked us to eat ass in a non-fun way. You know,
Yes, yeah.
so
There was some people that did say that. Yes.
MMOs.
Hmm.
We are gremlins. We're okay until like midnight. Then the click click clicks. The keyboard therapy starts.
Yeah.
Okay, so Restoration 3. You excited?
I'm I'm indifferent. I don't get my hopes up or down about anything. I'll look at it and I'll give it a fair assessment when it comes out. That's it.
So let's talk about one of the hot topics that a lot of people have been discussing. They've been asking me. I'm pretty sure that you've seen it like a billion million times on the Reddit because Lev is the dude on the Star Wars Galaxies Reddit.
One of them. Yes.
Well, but you're our dude. So, off the top of your head, you played Combat Upgrade. Now, this is a Combat Upgrade hybrid game. Top of your head, give us a build that you think will work in Combat Upgrade Restoration 3.
Well, back in the CU, I only played as a Jedi the
Mhm.
entire time. I barely touched any of the non-Jedi classes. One of the
Mhm.
combos that I really liked was there was a cloaking Jedi that you could basically be a full-on gank dark Jedi. You'd have just enough powers, enough lightsaber, and enough tiny bit of defenses and healing that you could stay in cloak and then jump out of cloak and kill somebody, kind of like a spy does in the NGE. Just I think actually Force Cloak's mechanics worked actually a lot better than Spy Cloak because you could actually get decloaked. But that's besides the point. That was a build that I enjoyed playing as a gank spy or a gank Jedi.
So, that's not going to be immediately available. You will not have Jedi. You'll have to figure out how to unlock it. So, you also played pre Combat Upgrade, pre NGE. So, you built a lot of characters. You probably did the whole hollow grind and all of that.
Hmm.
So, judging off that, what do you think? Defense stacking with a little medic? Like, what do you got? What do you got off the top of your head?
Well, melee stackers were really good in the CU era. You any type of melee profession with enough healing would be able to just out heal and out tank anything that was
Yep.
coming at it. They were actually ridiculously good because like a non-Jedi with just like medic healing and combat medic healing would be able to out heal a fully templated Jedi and just basically run them down until the Jedi's out of force and then just kill them.
Mm-hmm. Chasing them all across the stinking planet. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, this is a theory that I'm trying to wrap around in my head. How viable will melee be? Because, as you mentioned, when Combat Upgrade came out, it was Jedi's were there. You
Hmm.
played your Jedi. So, toe to toe with Jedi's, melee. Now, you're going to be facing a lot of riflemen. You're going to be getting shot from afar a little bit more so than was common. And mind you, it was very common back then as well. I'm
Melee
trying to.
still had quite the edge over ranged in the combat upgrade. They did. Riflemen's were good, and other types of ranged professions were good, but melee was still king in the CU as far as I can remember.
That's
But that version of
outside
the
of
game only
canon.
existed for 5.5 months before they got
Yeah.
rid of it.
And that's the thing. Like, do we even remember how the game really was? I romanticize it in my head quite a
I
bit.
remember it how I remember it, but do I remember
Yeah.
it accurately? I can't say that I do. I don't remember half of the things that happened on live anymore because it was just so goddamn long ago. And
Yeah.
some of the hate messages that we're gonna come across here, some people mentioned some things that I don't fucking remember because they happened over a decade ago. But apparently they were, yeah.
If it even happened.
If
If
it
it
even,
even happened. You know how people are.
I mean, I'm not gonna doubt
Rumors
that.
happen.
I'm not going to doubt that that happened, and I could have complained about the things that they had mentioned in these emails. The question, the answer I would have to that is twofold. To be like, one, it was so long ago that I don't remember it, and two, the amount of knowledge that I had about this game before the game shut down versus how much knowledge I have about it 10 years afterwards, developing for it and learning everything that about the innards of the game completely dwarfs that. Before
And
the
that's
game
why we
shut
have you.
down, I honestly I knew enough about playing it, but was I a fucking expert? No. I thought I was, but I didn't know jack shit about shit.
Just like every other one of us who's playing the game, we think that we're experts. That's why, like, when I said I want to make a podcast, Lev's the dude because you've been on both sides. And we're going to touch on that. I just want to finish something up. I am really excited to play Pikeman again. I'm really excited to play TKM again. I don't care if it has to be the
Hmm.
hot ticket. I want to play what I enjoy.
What I
I
remember
don't have.
about TK and the CU is that it didn't feel the same as pre-CU. It was slow, it was clunky, its damage was the lowest of all the melee professions. It just wasn't good, so nobody played it.
I think that it was well, the damage was the same. Damage was the same. It did feel slower though. The reason being, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, it's because the actions were different. Like things weren't spinning around as fast. You weren't jumping up and down. Other people weren't falling up and down. It did feel a little clunky.
Well, CU
But
was very slow. You had a 2.5 second global cooldown on any ability.
that's right. Well, so I am actually logged into Twitch through my personal account. So if you see any messages pop up, if you want to shout those out for us, Alev. While you look at some of those, I tell you what I'm going to do. Let's get to the hate.
Mm.
You feel like getting to the hate?
Do it for the hate.
All right. Give us a little let me pull some of these up. Give me a couple minutes here or a minute here. Lev, give me a complaint that you have. We'll call it Lev's Corner, like we always do. Give us something that you got, something that you want to complain about, because that's look at why else do people tune into this?
You know, I myself and Singe the other night, we actually tried to do some bounty hunting on Legends, and we came into a problem. Bounty Hunter
Mhm.
is completely weak. Now, I know there's some people that are out there that are great bounty hunters, and they would disagree with me vehemently, and they're probably right up to an extent. But the thing is like what I found playing as a bounty hunter, the only time I would ever actually be able to really kill somebody is if I caught them with their pants down. If they're fully buffed, if they're a light side Jedi, if they're a spy, you have no fucking chance of killing them because all they have to do is cloak, laugh at you, and run away because they can choose to just not fight. I think there's so many things about the game that are so infuriating and how classes are so completely not out of balance. I'm not saying that they should all be balanced, but what I'm saying is that some classes have such a innate ability to just completely fuck you over that it's not good. The paradigm is not good and needs to be changed.
Lev, I'll say this. I am not a good bounty hunter. I'm not. I've never gotten a bounty with any significant amount of bounty placed. I've never killed someone when they were not
Mm.
just like hanging out. No idea.
Well, see, that's
Never.
that's the other problem is that the whole PvP meta on Legend seems to be just spies out there.
Mhm.
And so when you go out there and you're a bounty hunter and you look on those terminals, if they're over 100,000 credits, chances are they're just a spy. You go out
People
there,
hate
you track them down, you find them, and you're standing right where they're supposed to be, but they're not there because they're cloaked. You can't break them out
yeah.
of cloak because their camo's high enough that you can be standing right on top of them and use your detect camouflage ability. Does it break them out of cloak? Nope, they just sit there and laugh at you.
Yeah, and they're probably on Discord, like just totally mocking you too, or firing up their film and gonna post it later on their channels and
That's
bullcrap.
likely, yeah.
Yeah, because it's Star Wars Galaxies. So here we go. Let's talk Star Wars Galaxies. Let's talk messages, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on like Facebook groups and stuff. I kind of added a few, and here we go.
Here we go. Let's
So
get to the spice.
first of all, let's go with a good one. Based off the last episode, I thought one of the coolest things of that episode is you like the boobies. You wanted the bigger boobies
I'm a fan of the cans.
a fan of the cans. In fact, you actually kind of did like a little modeling thing to make the bigger breasts, right? You put it on, not on you,
Right.
mind you. He didn't model boobs, but he
Right.
created a model
Yes.
and he posted in our Discord group. Go
Yes.
find us at the Outer Rim Discord. So, anyways, Shay Tepes,
Shay
whoever, yeah,
Tepes. Whoever I don't
Tepes.
know who this is.
he or she, I think it's a he, comments on all of my videos.
Of course,
Super
it's a
cool
he.
dude.
There are no women on the internet.
That is true. At least not on that type of internet. I don't remember who or when, but I do remember a big discussion in Emu over if Trandoshans should have boobs. Yeah, that is true. Why can't okay, SWG
They're
or
lizards. They're
SWG,
reptiles. They shouldn't have mammary glands.
being lizards and all, I found it rather entertaining. If he wants boob sliders, I think he should play League of Maidens.
Hmm.
Like that, I made that sound.
I don't know.
Made that sound.
A lot of people think Hillary Clinton is a reptile. She's got boobs, so maybe it works.
She's cold blooded. Like why do they got to be a hater? Why can't they give Trandoshans some boobs? If you're a female Trandoshan,
I don't
like
know.
they didn't give them boots, they didn't give them gloves.
I mean,
It's bull.
if you're a type of person that really seems to need to have boobs on a Trandoshan, you might want to check what kind of a deviant you are because I don't know.
Uniqueness is the spice of life. I hear. Okay, here we go. This is the juice. You ready for this one?
Hmm.
Uh I didn't put the name on this one, but honestly, this same dude, he called us out a couple times in this one. Lavaris, the dude that was accusing spies of exploiting pre-spy update by dropping venomous ploy from Snake Bomb. There's a reason he doesn't work on any of these projects anymore. Respond.
Okay. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about, but he's right about one thing. There is a reason I don't work on any of these projects anymore. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a thing to do with what he's talking about. The reason why I don't develop anymore is because the Star Wars Galaxies community is full of petulant, whiny man-children. Developing is a tedious job. It takes hours upon hours of work to do something. And it's completely thankless. You might get a couple of shills that will say, "Oh, thank you so much for what you're doing and everything," but on top of all of the massive barrage of negativity you get, no matter how good of a job you do developing something, you still will get a massive barrage of people bitching, moaning, whining, complaining because you didn't fix it the way they wanted to do it. Because everyone in this fucking community is so goddamn opinionated about every fucking little bit of minutia in this fucking 20-year-old piece of garbage game that they feel entitled to demand of you that you do things their way, not the way that you honestly think it should be done as a developer from your standpoint in looking at things from this lens. That's the reason I don't develop anymore, is because of petulant fucking children in this community that drove me fucking insane. Fuck you, whoever the fuck you are, Shay. I don't give two flying fucks about your opinion.
Lev just threw the flag at that person. That one wasn't Shay. That was a different one. But yeah, that was good. You know why? And that's the person that is the perpetuant, the person who's
So
getting upset.
B9 takes. He just comments in the chat. But haven't you just became one? Are you saying that I just became a petulant, whiny man-child there? There's a difference.
I like it.
I
like it. Good job, man.
I mean, maybe a spade calling a spade there, but I have my opinion about things, and when you put a lot of hard work into something, you should, not have to deal with bullshit from entitled people. I mean, is that too much to ask?
And now, Lev the Dev, the entitled person, he's going to give everybody else the bullshit. He's going to give it to everybody. He's going to come with full force. And you know what? It makes for some good fodder. Give you that. Now, here comes some damage to me. Someone doesn't have a name. It must have been from a Facebook group or Facebook message or something. It says, does anyone else find it concerning that WGA doesn't give his in-game name? Guaranteed noob right there.
Don't you isn't your character just called Weird Gaming Adventure?
Well, I do have like my newest character is Weird Gaming Adventure, just because I wanted to promote the show with it.
Hmm.
Do I find it? Do you guys find it concerning? Probably should. But I do actually. If you go through all my YouTube, I have all of my characters in there. Bar soap,
Hmm.
protein bar soap, uh, bar soap on a rope, blindside, weird gaming adventure.
Hmm.
Go find me.
Yeah.
Am I a noob?
My characters are all very easy to remember. They're all variations on the word Lavaris.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got Lavaris dash Lavaris dash Lavaris dash Lavaris apostrophe, etc., etc. They're all just my name.
Yeah.
I wanted people
Let
to
me
know
tell
who the fuck I am. That's all.
You will know who I am. Let me tell you, am I a noob? Far from a noob. Am I good? I'm right there. Just a guy. Just a guy. However, I'm passionate about the game, and I hope you guys enjoy my passion. All right, here's another one thrown at me. This one's from Gen X. This is me in one of my videos. I'm talking about. Anyway, let me just read it. It says, "Why would Lando give you a 40-ounce Colt 45 malt liquor? Because he's black, tone deaf much, dude. Not a good look."
I mean, does this person even realize how many Colt 45 commercials Billy D. Williams did back in the 80s?
Yes,
It
that's the
was
thing. And they were
that
so
was his
cool.
tagline. Colt 45. It works
And it was-
every time.
And that's the thing. The whole reference that I was making is he was so cool. And I said, you know what? I want one of those Colt 45s.
Right.
And like, because apparently on the internet, you can't say anything.
I mean, you can find Colt 45 Billy D. Williams Colt 45 commercials on freaking YouTube. In fact, when he came back to do the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Colt 45 dug up Billy D. Williams to have him do another commercial for Colt 45 in like 2013.
So let me ask you, Gen X, tone deaf much, dude? All right. Next one. This one's on me too. Because I was talking about being excited about what servers I'm excited about, and I mentioned Bespin. This is wonderful. It says you shouldn't say Bespin yet, since it's not even out yet. Okay, let me stop you right there. You shouldn't say Bespin yet, since it's not even out yet. That bothers me already. So that is false information you're giving us. Plus, Legends has a lot of corrupt staff and hurting in-game content. Okay, let's talk at the first one yet. So, because I was talking about...
I demand the receipts and sauce of that.
I'm excited for Bespin coming out, but I shouldn't talk about Bespin because it's not out yet, so I'm giving people false information.
Yeah, and if you got information about corrupt staff at Legends, come on the show and talk about it. Give us the sauce, man.
Yeah, give us the sauce. Everybody is going off this idea of something, and we talked about this in the last episode, something that happened pre-Legends, before this staff really came on, and it just goes down the grapevine, yada yada yada, emphasis on the yada, and nobody knows what the hell the yada is. So shut up and let's go on to the next one. Do you have these up? Because I sent these over to you.
Yes, I see this.
I'll let you. You've just why don't you do the 20th F-bomb?
Tasty Putty commented, "I bet you didn't even fuck Star Wars butt, though. Your SWG credibility is going out the window when you bring Lev on. There is a reason he is a former dev on all the projects. I remember this guy screaming exploits over him not being able to flip a terminal at the Naboo PvP base because a spy was dropping venomous ploy from Smark Bomb. Genius here said you can't do that and took a screenshot out of context as his proof of the guy saying, 'Yup, you got me, I am exploiting.' Maybe you could even get him to tell you about Wrath/Cry. That was a mouthful.
First things first, can we talk about the intro to that?
I bet you didn't even fuck Star Wars butt, though? I mean, I don't even understand what he's trying to say. I mean, does Star Wars have a butt that you can fuck? I mean, it's an intellectual property. Does it even have an ass?
The theoretical Star Wars. Oh man. Wow. You know what? You got our attention. Tasty Potty.
Hmm.
He has a thing with the butt, apparently. Tasty Potty.
Got a thing for butt stuff.
So apparently this is the thing. So now you can't say it didn't happen because this is two people.
How do you feel about your SWG credibility having me on the show with you?
You know what? I love it because who am I? I'm just a guy who enjoys the game. I'm passionate about it. As you mentioned, people don't even know me in game.
This is
however,
obviously, and this is the second message we've got about the same instance that happened apparently on somewhere during the NGE. I'm assuming while I was playing on Bloodfin. I don't remember it. It has to be on Bloodfin because this guy mentioned a guild called Wrath. It was a guild that I'd started up with a couple of people, and I don't exactly remember what happened there, but I found myself out of that guild. I turned it over to these other guys and just fucking left. I don't remember why, what the whole circumstance was, but I'm certain it was some fucking childish drama that I don't care to fucking remember.
Front/cry, apparently. I don't know if he's crying or you're crying, but we're crying with laughter now.
I'm sure it has to do with him thinking that I'm crying about something. Well, the next one, this one's a good one. This one's a nice one. Mac MC replied to something. I'm assuming this comes off of one of the YouTube videos. You were the guy who tried to compare Basilisk to Legends. Why do you even have a channel? Tell me how my ass tastes.
This episode's all about the ass. So now we have ass and titties in the same.
Boob sliders and eating ass. This is what Star Wars Galaxies is all about.
All right. So, did I? Yeah, I guess I did compare Basilisk to Legends because there's a comparison.
You brought me on to talk about that. We compared the two of them.
I'm not allowed to compare the servers?
No. No, you can't compare them. No, das ist verboten.
And tell you how your ass tastes.
Yeah.
I decline your advances, kind sir. All right.
The next person from I can't pronounce that name in Cyrillic, so we're just gonna say
Russian for asshole.
Yeah, we're just gonna say Russian person. Said 2 weeks ago, SWGMU is the only real server. I'm tired of YouTubers telling us what to play. Yeah, you rock on, dude.
And then I imagine he wanted to ask us to tell him how his ass tastes.
Yeah. Or should I say da? Da.
Wow. So yeah, the YouTubers we really need to stop making content because I guess we're just telling people what to play.
Yeah.
Just like Billy D. Williams should not tell people what to drink.
We'll just get on here every day from now on and say Basilisk #1, SWGMU #1. Get on there and nothing wrong with the mine bar. Play your riflemen and exploit the mine bar. Dizzy KD, nothing wrong with that.
The server will go live. It will reset. I promise.
Yeah,
and there will be
whatever.
jump to light speed, yada, and stuff.
I'm sorry, but SWGMU can suck my fat dick.
Nah.
They can.
No.
They can. Fuck them.
You hear that, guys? If you want to start some hate, come on the show because apparently, people. By the way, people love the rants.
Mm-hmm.
Like people love the rants, and so come on, guys, give us something to talk about. Come at us a little bit.
SWGMU is a team that permanently banned me from their community because they branded me as a neo-Nazi. Literally, they called me a Nazi. I challenge one of those assholes to come onto this show and explain to me how I'm a Nazi.
Well, I'm not a Nazi. I enjoy Basilisk, and I play it I play it once a month just to kind of keep stuff going.
A valid question in the chat from Fight. I'm gonna botch this pronunciation. Fife Daddy asks, so what's the best resto build gonna be? You played it more than I have. It's probably a good question for you.
Okay, I don't know. that you're got to have some medic in there. Like for me, I'm going to tell you right up front. I'm going to have some TK. I'm going to have some pikemen, and I'm going to have some combat medic in there. But I think any viable profession's got to have some combat medic. Let's just say that. I think anything's got to have some combat medic in there. One thing that you should not think about if you enjoyed CU in the past, right up front, commando's not going to be the commando from the past. In CU, my favorite, I rocked the commando. Like that was what my primary thing was. So don't think that's
Yeah.
going to be in there.
It sounds like they're keeping something that's a little more analogous to NGE Commando in there. It's
Yes.
kind of something in between.
Well, it's almost completely the NGE commando. They can't get it right, according from what I understand. So it's
Mm.
going to be something that's it's on the back burner. They're trying to get the explosions and stuff to work properly between all of the hybrid aspects and
Mm.
all of that stuff. So that was the most fun part. Oh, all right, a little bit of racing action outside of the studio there. Yeah, that was the most fun part, like watching the lava cannons and stuff just explode in PvP. Just
Mm.
but yeah. So also, if you guys really want to know, I have a new video that's coming out on Thursday that has all of my builds. I kind of put a bunch of stuff together on the
Mhm.
calculator. Also, Jar Jar Binks, the dev from Resto, gave us 3 builds
Mhm.
that from his perspective will be very good to start. So
Yep.
check that out.
Yep.
So
At some point in the near future, we may be having a little special show here. It'll be. It won't be announced ahead of time, but I've been twisting a certain individual's arm to come onto the show with us, and when he does, it should be entertaining to see the two of us go back and forth with our kind of our style of banter.
okay, can he paint?
No, he can't paint either. He's just like me.
Okay, good to hear it. One thing I want to say, there's a YouTube channel, Gospel. Check his stuff out. Really good, like
I've
really
seen his
good stuff.
stuff. Yeah, he,
Yeah, he's very personable, and it's not all scripted, and it's real.
he
Love
can
his thing.
he can be very matter of fact in his videos. Yeah.
hmm I like that. I don't like. I'll just be straight. I'll be a little bit of a hater. I don't like channels who cater.
Hmm.
Just be what you are. Like me, I'm not trying to teach you how to play the game. I just want to reminisce the game with you and then have fun. That's me. I like to have fun. If you're Vulture, like V the Legend, he's really good at the game. He teaches people what to do to be the game. He's great at that.
Hmm.
Gospel is just like, hey, if I got something on my mind, I'm going to say it like that, and good stuff. Go check him out.
Mm.
What do you got? What do you got on the way out, Lev? You have to have something. You always say, "Yeah, I'm good."
I haven't
Give
been
us.
playing much SWG as of late. Actually, I'm kind of burned out a little bit, so I'm actually playing classic WoW. Yeah, ooh, that's a criminal thing to
Okay,
talk about in the Star Wars
hold on.
Galaxies universe.
If you guys want to turn off, turn off. We don't care. Let's talk. Let's take 5 minutes. Let's talk other games. Let's talk classic WoW.
Well,
What
honestly,
are you rocking?
I think one of the most big things about looking at classic WoW, it reminds me of why WoW was at its zenith, the
Mm-hmm.
big freaking unbeatable behemoth of a game, and why all games like SWG tried to mutate themselves to emulate
Yeah,
it. The game runs well. The AI in the game isn't fucking retarded and doesn't try running through walls and get stuck
flows.
to
Yeah,
come after you. The game has an actual Z-axis and gravity and all these other things that that you would think would make a SWG so much of a better experience, but nah, we don't need any of that shit.
it looks good too. It's an old game,
It's an old
but it
game.
holds up.
Its cartoony ass graphics actually caused the game to age well too. And then that's another thing. People used to make fun of WoW for its cartoony graphics. Well, who's laughing now? Like people are playing it in mass droves today still. And SWG has what? Maybe 3,000 actual human bodies playing it, whereas classic WoW has like some 7-8 million people playing it.
Difference is like defending SWG, which I get where you're at, but Blizzard is actively, literally kicking us in the nuts with it. Like, here, take this everywhere. This is like keep going.
Yeah.
I went back and I played. When they made the announcement that they're doing the whole like classic WoW thing back in. I loved it for like 3 weeks. So I can't. I'm done. Can't do it
Sure.
again. I
Sure.
can't play it anymore. It was
Yeah.
just just like anything else when it comes to going back to some of these things and playing hard. Any other games that you? Oh, one thing. Let's talk about Lord of the Rings Online. The
Oh.
Amazon thing gone.
Wait, there was a new Lord of the Rings game that Amazon was developing. It's gone. It's dead,
They've been working on it for 4 years,
and it's
and
now dead.
they killed it. Yeah, and they're now pulling all of their resources into New World.
Well, that's
Mm.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But Lord of the Rings Online, the old game, is
I liked it.
I liked it when it first released, but one thing I don't like about what you have to do with Lord of the Rings Online is you have to buy every single expansion. Every
Yeah.
single one. And that's like a $200 investment just to freaking get all of the up to the current content in the game. And that is just not an investment that any sane person would want to do. If World of Warcraft did that today, they would not have like any player base. They give you all the old content expansions and just make you buy the current expansion and that's it. That was the smart way for them to do things. I'm glad they did it that way. But
I really enjoyed the mechanics of Lord of the Rings Online. I liked the aura, the atmosphere. It gave me a lot of the feels of Star
yeah.
Wars Galaxies. Just the aura.
hmm
It didn't age well. It did
No.
not age.
Lord of the Rings
The
Online did not age well. It really didn't. It really
the
looks like garbage today.
kind of like the original Age of Conan that came out like
Oh,
that.
I only played that in its beta, honestly, and I wasn't a big fan of it. It
uh,
didn't really do it for me.
the gameplay of that, it was different, the quick action type of things.
Mm,
um Lord of the Rings Online, Amazon screwed up. Like they put so much money immediately. Like being Amazon, they thought they could just create, and take over the world. Everything that they have put out so far has failed. They've either recalled it, closed it, or anything,
mm.
except for New World. Like New World's happening. It's coming. It looks good. I'm moderately excited about it. Moderately.
They've got more potential for success with New World than they would have with Lord of the Rings anyway. Because if it's one thing that you can actually look back on, just studying SWG as an example of it, dealing with somebody else's intellectual property and trying to run a game out of it is much more difficult. That's why SOE still like EQ2 and EverQuest people are still playing those games live. Why? Because they were their own IP that they didn't have to wrestle with licensing. They didn't have to wrestle with Lucasfilm to approve or disapprove of everything that they wanted to do in the game. That was what the biggest hurdle SOE had in developing for Star Wars Galaxies. Any decision they made, they had to get LucasArts to sign off on
Put
it.
up the ladder. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and whether it was a good idea or not, Lucasfilm could just be like, "Nah, we don't want you to do that."
It wasn't my idea. It's like politics. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah.
prove why. Yeah.
I
I
tell you what
don't
I have
100%
been doing lately, though? I've been spending a lot
Yeah.
of time with my Oculus Quest. I've been playing a lot of VR. I just found a way that you can actually play all your PC VR games wirelessly with the Oculus Quest. I don't have to run a fucking cable to my desktop, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Playing games like Half-Life Alyx without a fucking cord tether to me, oh, what an experience.
I would like to know how the Salmon Max, me, weird gaming adventure. Like I'm an adventure
Oh
gaming guy.
yeah, there is a
Um,
Salmon Max VR game that's on the horizon. I heard
it's
about
out.
it. It's out.
It's out.
Uh,
Yeah, I was just asked to do a review, and if you guys want to check that out, that'll come out
Interesting.
sometimes next month on
Yeah.
adventuregamers.com.
You have a
But
VR headset that you can properly review that with?
well, that's what I'm talking about here. I have
Mm.
to kick behind the curtains a little
hmm
bit here. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that somebody who has it can somehow manage to help me out a little bit, because I'm not going to go
Uh,
buy a headset and all of that, and I don't want to just fake it. A
yeah,
lot of like, look, guys, when like I do a lot of media and I'm asked to do like some of these type of
yeah.
things, it's
I'll tell you
because I
what though.
I work with adventuregamers.com.
If you invest yourself
Hey.
in an Oculus Quest 2, you're not going to be disappointed with it. Like
Mhm.
it's way I you know when like VR first came out, I honestly thought it was a novelty. It wasn't really going to catch on, but
Yeah,
these newer generation headsets, they are
titles
light
are
years.
coming.
They're light years ahead, and it's just getting better. The technology is just getting better.
Yeah, man, the titles are
Another
coming.
5 years or so, we're probably going to be able to just jack into like the Matrix, so to speak, like full dive kind of crap.
And it's funny, you think about this, like Ken Williams, the founder of Sierra Online. A lot of people don't realize this, but he's creating a game, like another adventure game.
Oh,
He's an older gentleman.
yeah.
Guess what? Guess what he's creating it for?
I'm guessing
I,
VR.
there you go. Stuff is coming
Yeah.
in that regard.
Yep.
And you wouldn't actually think the way these things platform
Yeah.
adventure games, it didn't make sense to me.
Adventure games are great in VR. Been playing Myst on the Oculus Rift.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
there's a fully immersive VR version of
Uh-huh.
Myst, the classic game. It is actually really freaking cool to play that game in VR. It's not a fucking slideshow. It is a fully immersive VR experience, and it's freaking
That's what Mist
great.
is, though. It's a slideshow.
That's what the original Myst was. Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
slideshow. This is not like that. This is a fully immersive VR experience, and it's really good. I've actually been really enjoying that. But there's other adventure games that would really translate over very well into the VR environment. One of them there's a project I've been following for a long time called Titanic Honor and Glory, and they've been working on this, and you'd be able to fully explore the Titanic in VR, like the entirety of the ship. But they also want to have a whole story mode that goes on the ship, and it's very impressive that what they're doing with that. But we're really
You hear
straying
that?
off the subject here.
Well, you hear that, Jack Allen? Jack is my editor. He's the owner of adventuregamers.com. Um, you need to get me an Oculus here. All right, like
Yeah,
do a little write off, and then I'll take on more work. There you go. It's a little trade off, my friend. And he watches all of these, by the way. He plays
there
Star
you
Wars
go.
Galaxies.
There you go.
My
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Buy him a headset. He needs it.
Awesome. So yeah, hit your guy up, get him on the show. Say, hey, let's talk, let's yell, let's scream, let's talk Star Wars Galaxies. And I hope you guys are all
Yeah,
excited
not
for that.
not dropping a name of who I'm going to be bringing on yet, but I've got to fully convince him to come on. But I hope he does. And if he,
Well, if you do, maybe that'll just push him, influence him, give him a little influence,
mm, yeah. All
something like
right,
that.
all right, all right. Singe, you better come on. You better come
Boom,
on.
Singe, you're coming on.
And if any of you want to see Singe come on here, don't hassle him because that'll probably convince him not to. He doesn't. He won't like that. Just leave it to me. I'll get him on here.
We're fun guys. We like to have a little fun, and so yeah, let's do that. All right, guys. This is the Outer Rim Report. Lev the Dev. This was fun. This was a fun episode. That rant, I got to find a way to
Oh,
meme the crap.
I'm sure that'll get clipped. Yeah.
Please, everybody who hates Lev, do it for us. Help us out. Throw it everywhere because that helps us.
Your hate
Help
mail is
us.
most welcome. Give me more content. Please, please. Send me all of the hate, and I will respond to it live on the show.
Tell your sister she was right. All right, guys, we're out of here.
Peace.